What's up guys, Frantic here. I've got a few lesser known tips for all of you beginners out there who are trying to get better at 99 Nights in the Forest. Tip number 1. Did you know that you can hold 2 rifles or revolvers at the same time? This is an unintended mechanic and it works really well with a revolver if you know how to swap cancel, but we'll talk more about that later. To do this, just put 2 revolvers together on the ground, and then very quickly pick them both back up. If you do it fast enough, the game will let you hold on to both of them as it still hasn't registered that you picked up the first one. There's a chance that this gets patched at some point, I guess, so if it gets fixed, let me know in the comments below. Tip number 2. Speaking of swap cancelling, you can rapidly fire ranged weapons by swapping between them very quickly. Using our double revolvers from the previous tip, if you put them side by side in your hotbar, you can easily swap between them after every shot. So how it goes is that you shoot, swap, and then you just keep repeating this cycle until you run out of ammo. This burns through your ammo very quickly, but it's essentially like having kunais that you need to reload. With an ammo crate, you can very easily refill your bullets when needed. You can also do this with a rifle and a revolver, and this is actually one of my favorite combos. With double revolvers, it's like having a machine gun with a small magazine. Swap cancelling is just a term that I've been using from when the game first came out. I don't actually know what other people are calling it. This is just kind of my thing. Tip number 3. If you're saving diamonds for your first class, here are what I believe are the best choices for beginners. The Lumberjack is possibly the absolute best class you can get, regardless of whether you're playing solo or with a group. It has top-notch utility as you have essentially infinite trees and a whole lot of wood, allowing you to build various structures that will benefit you in the long run. The Alien is a fantastic choice for players of all skill levels as it starts off with a ray gun that has infinite ammo, but you will need to learn how to manage your energy. Later on, it doesn't really deal that much damage, but you can use it to attract enemies so you can shoot them in the face when they turn in your direction. Avoid spending Robux on the expensive classes for now because those will not carry you on their own. If you want to learn more about the other classes, I cover all of them in a class tier list that you can also find in my channel. Tip number 4. As you get better at the game, try to clear the cultist stronghold as soon as it opens, which is around after the first attack on your camp. Clearing the stronghold will net you a whole bunch of rewards, including diamonds and a ruby chest. But right now, the most important things here are going to be the cultist gems. Getting these 2 additional gems will bring you to a total of 3 cultist gems. This lets you fast track your crafting bench upgrades, allowing you to get more advanced recipes faster. Tip number 5. This is a fairly obvious one, but I still see players doing this even in my own games. So basically, the wooden chairs that you can find in various buildings can be thrown in the grinder. If you find some chairs, for the love of God, please don't throw them in the fire, especially if your team doesn't have a lumberjack. Each chair will give you 5 wood each, which is almost 2 trees worth of wood. Tip number 6. If you use a boost pad or eat a chili, don't hold the sprint button. While the speed buff is active, your character will automatically sprint even if you don't hold the button. If you pay attention to your stamina bar, you'll notice that it will drain slower if you don't hold shift. This will save you a bit of stamina, which might just save your life if you're staying out late. Tip number 7. You can avoid all or almost all damage while using a melee weapon, but this requires constant movement and a lot of practice. All you need to do is turn on shift lock and run a circular motion around your enemies, and then occasionally push forward to attack. After attacking, continue circling around them so that they're constantly trying to face your direction. It's not the most reliable technique in the world, especially if you don't have a stable connection, and I'm not even sure if it's doable on mobile, but what you're seeing right now is an example of it in action. If you get used to this movement and you can do it consistently, the Brawler class will immediately be a top tier pick for you because you're just gonna be a killing machine. And that wraps up my list of pro tips that newer players, or maybe even some of you who are already experienced, might not be aware of. I've got a lot of other videos about the game, including guides for certain badges, so feel free to check them out and subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.